Have you ever found yourself in loggerheads with relationships? We do all have it, but to a degree. For example, do you get along with your kids? Do you get along with your friends or your work colleagues? Or somehow there is, between colleagues, there's always a certain kind of energy. Like you don't get along much with colleagues, but you get along very well with your friends. Or you have very few friends, but you don't get along with your spouse or your business partner. Well, what is the missing element in this? Maybe you're not looking at the tattva. Just briefly talk about the relationship compatibility of nakshatras now, the 27 constellations of the moon. So, what does tattva mean? Tattva means the element. Okay, very important to pay attention to this because this might be mismatched even in horoscopes. Take your point here however you want to, but I would suggest you look at these aspects very carefully. Okay, if you want to have good relationship or understand the relationship dynamic where some things are always tending to be failing. There are some themes of life where certain relationships seems to be difficult, certain relationships to have challenges with it. Okay, certain relationships have never seem to get off the track, or one person you know whom you dated for a little while and afterwards when you got hitched to them and you got married, they are a completely different person. Why does this dynamics happen? I'll just try to point out a few tips here from the nakshatra point of view. From the nakshatra point of view, from the 27 constellations of the moon, okay, here's what happens. There are these 5 elements that you see here, okay? So there's earth, water, air, fire, ether. Again, if you're listening on my podcast, YouTube is a must here, okay? These are the 5 colors I have marked. There are 5 nakshatras of earth element, 6 of water, 5 of air, 6 of fire, and 5 of ether. Be careful you don't confuse this with the earth, air, water, fire signs of the zodiac. That's why I have highlighted here in this pie. The outermost circle is that of nakshatra and the innermost one is of zodiac 1 to 12. Okay, so the nakshatra part you can see highlighted in the outermost rim of this wheel, of this pie. And zodiac sign is the innermost where earth, fire, water are concerned. This is why if you tell one Aries is compatible with another fire sign, or if you say Taurus is compatible with Capricorn or Virgo because they are earth signs, no, not so much. The reason, we will get to it in a minute. Keep watching. And plus there is, from the earlier one I had made in the Healer Astrology series, they were all the 3 groups of people on earth, right? Dev, Manusha and Rakshasana. So let's begin. First, the rules of Tatwa of the 27 nakshatras. These are split into 3 groups of 5 and 2 groups of 6 as listed over there, right? Which are the earth 5 nakshatras? The first 5 starting from Ashwini all the way till Mrigashira. They are all earth based. The next 6 is water, starting from Ardra going up till the sign of Leo, going to Purva Falguni Nakshatra. The third group is the fire one, which goes all the way from Uttara Falguni up till Anuradha Nakshatra. These are fire ones. That's why I marked in orange color for ease of understanding. Fire, yellow, orange, whatever. So then comes the 5 group of air signs, which is marked in green, starting all the way from Anuradha, Jyeshtha going up till Shravana. That is air nakshatras. We are talking about nakshatras, not the zodiac signs. Keep following this. Then there is the last one, 5 ones, which is ether. Now this is specific to nakshatra, which is absent in the zodiac signs. Okay, zodiac is just earth, air, wind, fire and water, but ether is absent here. Okay, so what are the tattva and the elements of 27 nakshatras? This is mainly used in relationship matching. Now relationships, when we say, don't just understand it as spouse or your love interest or romantic interest. Relationships across the board. This is across the board. It may be even your kids, it may be even your parents, it may be even your friends and colleagues, it may be everyone, it may be a business partner, your clients in sales and marketing, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish with other humans, basically, self with others, all relationships. First rule, we'll go through the 7 rules listed over here. The rules as told by Vedic astrology are fire and air cooperate, as in nakshatras. So which is the fire one here? Fire one is orange in color and air one is green in color. That means this whole bunch over here as I'm pointing, starting from Uttara Falguni going all the way up till Shravana Nakshatra, this entire belt cooperates with one another. Obviously, air will cooperate with air, fire will cooperate with fire. We are not concerned about that. We are saying this will cooperate well with one another as well. Right? Fire and air cooperate. Oxygen is needed for combustion. Duh. Number 2, earth and water cooperate. Now, which are the earth ones? Earth ones are marked brown, starting from Ashwini going to Mrigashira. Water is in the blue, starting from Ardra going up till Purva Falguni. So this belt, the first 120 degrees, almost a little more than that, this bunch cooperates with one another. When we say cooperate, in any relationship, there is an element of cooperation needed. Then there is an element of compromise needed. There is an element of understanding needed. That's what I mean by cooperate here. Cooperate is a very broad word, but it means all of these things. There's some element of give and take. There's an element of, okay, I'll give in to you in this, you give in to me in that. There's some transaction which is more fruitful and more harmonious in any dynamic, in any kind of relationship we are talking about, right? I disappeared for a minute there. Okay. So first 2 rules, fire and air cooperate. That is, the green and the orange will cooperate with one another. Number 2, earth and water cooperate. That is, the brown and the blue will cooperate with each other, outermost belt. Ether indiscriminately cooperates with all. So, the last one, purple one, that is going all the way from Dhanishta till Revati Nakshatra. They cooperate with everybody indiscriminately. Probably have boundary issues. This will be predominantly Aquarius and Pisces. They might have boundary issues with everything, okay? Losing yourself in another person. Lots of boundary issues, indiscriminately. That's what it means. It's not good to have indiscriminately merging with another person. You don't know where your boundaries are. So this would give you reasons. If you are in any one of these nakshatras as the ascendant or moon sign, you might be having trouble with boundaries, okay? Now, this 4, 5 and 6 are a little bit of tricky stuff, 4 to 7. Now, follow me here carefully. Earth does not cooperate with fire and definitely does not cooperate with air. Follow me here. Water does not cooperate with air and definitely does not cooperate with fire. Of course, fire and water are opposites. They will nullify each other. So it's not a good idea, even in any kind of, especially in intimate relationships, to make these kinds of matches. I'll come to that later on the left top. Number 6, fire does not cooperate with the earth and especially not with water. Again, same 5 and 6 are kind of reciprocal there. Number 7, air does not cooperate with water and definitely does not cooperate with earth. Now, these are the rules laid down by the rishis, the ancient people of India, who in a very badass way, they sat and made all this stuff for us to go through, like a code. We are trying to crack the code of relationships using Vedic astrology, folks. This is 101. Okay. That being said, you need to take care of this when evaluating through, or if you are even remotely interested in kind of studying it just for academic understanding, or really looking at your relationships and understand why you did not have a good relationship with your dad or mother or brother, sister, or friends, or why you have trouble with work relationships. Any kind of relationship this applies. It's not just spouse, okay? It's any kind of relationship. That's how important this is. Now, specifically coming to the matchmaking tips which is followed in India, right? My boy is about to get married, my girl is of a marriageable age. I'll go hunting around for a Vedic astrologer, I'll show them their charts, compare and tell me whether they are compatible or not, whether this marriage will be fruitful or not. All this stuff goes on and it's been going on forever. But anyway, I would suggest, if you're so inclined and if you so dare to go there and uncover this rabbit hole, if you want to go down this road of matchmaking business, I would suggest you at least take time and study and go through this list over here. At least. There's many factors. It's a whole study in and of itself. But just the basics, the very down to earth basics here over here, okay? Check the rising sign. Where is the rising sign? Where is the lord of that rising sign sitting? Okay? In the chart. Check the rising nakshatra. Look at all the nakshatra compatibility we have forming here. Why I say rising nakshatra? Because you might be just a little slight deviation. We might be compatible as in earth and water. Let's say I'm looking at another partner. Earth and water are compatible according to this chart, this circle over here. But Kritika Nakshatra is not compatible with Pushya, even though the elements are compatible. Why? Because Pushya is Rakshasa Gana, Kritika is Rakshasa Gana, and Pushya is Devgana. Devgana and Rakshasa Gana do not match. Okay? So you need to match the Ganas as well. You need to match Devgana to Devgana, Manushya Gana to Manushya Gana, Rakshasa Gana to Rakshasa Gana. The tabulation is over there. Blue is Devgana, the middle circle, the middle band of the circle you got to match also. In addition to the Tatwa, in addition to all of this stuff that I have written out there. Okay? So check the rising nakshatra. What is the nakshatra in your ascendant and what is the moon nakshatra as well. Check where the moon is. Check the Gana, Devgana, Manushya Gana, Rakshasa Gana. Check that, as I said. Check the Tatwa, whether Tatwa compatibility is there or not. Well, you can say Kritika matches Shatabisha because both are Rakshasa Gana. No, they are not. They will be very indiscriminately matching each other. Sometimes matching, sometimes not matching, that kind of thing. You don't want a contest in relationships. You want harmony. Everybody does. Check the 7th, 8th and 12th houses in the birth and the Navamsha chart, the 9th division, the divisional charts, which I'm not going to go into here. You can find out in Google all that stuff. 7th house and 8th house is the intimate relationship and business partnerships and how you relate to your immediate other, immediate spouse, immediate in-laws, that kind of a thing. And 8th and 12th house are the life of a marriage, the intimacy. Okay? So you need to check that in both the charts, whatever you are comparing, if you dare to go there. Okay? Check the moon, Mars and Venus positions in the chart, both the boy and the girl, or whoever you're trying to compare these days, even LGBTQ, whoever you're trying to compare. If you want to go down the comparison route, you should follow at least this much. Moon, Mars, Venus positions, where they are in the chart, whether it's an enemy house, opposition house, so many factors are there. Check where the Mars is, because Mars is the passionate, aggressive driver here. Check the Venus, because Venus gives the compatibility on an emotional connectivity level. Connectivity does not mean you get just into bed with somebody else. Okay, that can be done in 2 minutes and it's over. What happens afterwards is the life of a marriage or life of a relationship. Venus plays more important role there. So does Moon, not so much Mars. But you have to pay attention to all of these things. Pay attention to the positions, which house are they placed, and the strengths as measured in angles. Now the Vedic astrology, at least, I don't know about the other ones, they give a lot of importance to the degrees, the number of degrees the planet has traversed in a sign and in a nakshatra in a house, whatever it is, but number of degrees. Mars at 20 degrees, I'm giving a random example, and the other person's Mars at 28 degrees of something. The other person's Mars is very strong, it's stronger, okay, in its approach. Mars has got more passion and more drive and more sexual aggression in that other one, especially if it looks at the houses of sexual intimacy, which are 8 and 12. Not so much 7, but 8 and 12. So you got to compare all of this stuff, and at the basic level, if you want to go there, study it, take your chart printout. I would suggest go to that website I have shown over there, astrosage.com/kundali, meaning birth chart. You can get a free Vedic birth chart and check all of these, check the ones which I have told rules over here, and check if there is anything going on in all of your relationships of life. Okay, it's a very dense topic because we humans deal with each other and we make our lives miserable, isn't it? So anyway, take care, be safe, and subscribe to my channel. I will next discuss Vimshattari Mahadasha. Take care.